What do you think of Matthew Stafford being in this Super Bowl? Barry Sanders. What do you think of that?
Oh, I think it's great. And I know as a lot of Lions fans, there's mixed feelings, right? Because a lot of us, have a bitter taste in our mouth just having him all those years and not being able to have more success, But
yes.
But for me, to see him in a situation where he's really just thrived and he's really answered a lot of questions about, okay, can this guy do this? Can he do that? It's great to see. And you couldn't hope for a better situation for him, so I love it. I think he's as motivated and has as much to prove as anybody in this game. And there's probably a few more on his team like Odell Beckham. I'm sure he feels like he has something to prove as well, as I'm sure, all the Rams do, but those guys in particular, and especially Matthew, but following him all those years in Detroit and hearing all those, the questions and doubts as to what he can and can't do. So I'm happy with how things have turned out for him this year.
Yeah, and especially since he's been open about it and the stories have been written about it, the emotional decision to sit there with his wife and say, I think I'm going to go into ownership and I'm going to ask out. I think we should ask out, or let's come together and decide together as a family that we're gonna ask out. It's not an easy thing. I mean, fans are like, of course he's going to leave the Lions. Be very honest, you retired, Megatron retired, and it's just a sense of like, of course he's going to. It was a very difficult decision for him, and it's wound up with him going to a spot that's put him in the Super Bowl, or he's helped lead them to a Super Bowl. It's kind of amazing when you think about it.
No, it really is, and he's done everything the right way, and I'm sure. I wonder, how many times had he thought about that, and as he got later on in his career, how many times had he thought about having that conversation, and for him, he faced it, and did what he thought was best for him and his family. And yeah, I love seeing the way that things have worked out for him, because obviously, you get a chance to see, okay, the guy, for all those years putting up all those numbers, and not able to really, see the fruits of that labor, and see the results that you would normally see if a guy with those sort of numbers. So yes, it's good as a fan just seeing him put himself in that position.
Did you ever think of having that conversation? Say I want out as opposed to retiring? Did you ever think about that, Barry?
I never really did. I mean, I think for me, I was just done. I felt like I was done playing. There was just that drive and motivation to continue to play. In the right, perfect circumstance. I don't know what that would have been back then. I don't know if faced with those options, but for me then, I was pretty much done.
Because with Stafford, it was just like I can still play. I think I want out. I want a different spot, and he asked for it. Do you think the answer would have been the same from management back in the day if you had come to the same conclusion and gone in that direction?
Probably not. I think it was a different game back then. I think I think old man Ford is probably different than the mom or the daughter Ford,
to say the least. Right.
But certainly just the way that situations like that would have been handled. No, I don't. I can only guess, but it probably would have been a different answer.
Calvin Johnson was on the show Friday, Barry Sanders, and I asked him, do you feel that Matthew Stafford, in a way, if not flat out, winning the Super Bowl, he's kind of winning it for you and your teammates that played with him and thought you could have done it? And his answer was damn right. Like, I think he cut me off right in the middle of, like, he knew where I was going with the with the question. Would you maybe even feel that way, being from even a different generation of Lions?
Would I take some credit for?
not take credit,
right,
but just feel
a part of it.
Part of it. You feel like some ownership. Like, yeah, he did it. Albeit clearly, obviously, somewhere else. But he is somebody who has grown up in the same system, in the same organization that you helped also continue to put back on the map in a way. So, what about you about that?
Yeah, I would feel a part of it in some way. Yes, I mean he was with the Lions last season. So yes, I would feel that. And even like as a player, when some of my former teammates had gone on, like Lomas Brown went on to play in the Super Bowl and won one with the Bucs, I felt very proud, and there was a part of me that felt that I had, some small part or played some small part in it because we were such good buddies, and we played so many years together, so absolutely. I definitely feel sort of a connection to it and certainly, different than had I not played with the guy, or he not been with our franchise. Yes, I feel like there's a connection.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.